It's 9:53 on Saturday the 19th of May 2012, and this is day one of my walk from Berkely, which is right next to the nuclear power plant along the River Severn. It's the Severn Way at the moment, and I've walked 5 miles this morning, and I've just stopped to have a cup of tea using my new stove, which has worked really well. I just hope the gas lasts me a week. Had a relatively good night last night, didn't sleep particularly well, hips and shoulders aching on the hard ground. It drizzled a few times during the night, but nothing too bad, and although I was a little bit damp this morning, nothing to write home about, copable with. Bit disappointed that my boots have leaked whilst walking through the wet grass, so my feet and my socks are wet. Also got to take note for the future that my spats have they're also not waterproof, so they do the job of keeping the bottom parts of your trousers clean and pretty dry, but I've just had a swan come past me trying to take off. I wish I'd have filmed it. It was phenomenal, the noise and the effort it was putting into it. So anyway, so I got to look at maybe looking at some new spats for the future, which are waterproof. So the sky is pretty grey. I'll show you around it shortly. It sort of goes dark and then sort of brightens up a little bit, but I hope it stays dry for me for the rest of the day. I'm going to have a break here for about an hour before I move on and do my next 5 miles. And I have to say, there's nothing like having a nice hot cup of tea. So I'll speak to you later. I'm going to show you around where I am for the next minute or so. That's a model of the Severn Railway Bridge, and I'll show you a photograph of it on the board to my left. It says on the 25th of October 1960 the bridge suffered a tragic accident. Thick fog and a strong tide meant that boats entering Sharpneck's dock were having extra difficulty. 2 tanker barges, the Arkandale H and Waystale H, laden with oil and petrol, missed the entrance and were carried upstream towards the bridge. The Waystale H collided with column 17, her petrol tanks ruptured and the force of the tide pushed Arkandale H on top of her. The collision caused 2 bridge spans to collapse, rupturing a main gas and electric cable. There was a mighty explosion and the barges burst into flames. Quiet. Fire spread across the river as oil and petrol spilled into the water. Of the 8 crew, only 3 survived, having swum to the safety of the shore. It was not economically viable to rebuild the bridge, which was later demolished. At low tide it is still possible to see the remains of the tanker barges lying in the river mud. You're making a row up there. There used to be a railway bridge here many years ago that spanned across the River Severn. However, one night 2 ships drifted into it, just reading the bump there, and caused an almighty explosion and ruptured electric power cables and gas lines, and so it was dismantled. So that's the River Severn, with a canal running alongside it. And my route takes me down that way.